Well, the other day, you know, the day that Lydia had to change her own tire, I had to go to the lumber yard, and what I went for was this plywood. So we're going to be using this plywood to put the sheathing in on the gable end of the porch. It's kind of an eyesore, so I'll be glad to see that thing boxed in and start to take shape. The other catch-22 is it's supposed to rain in about 2 hours. I'm not sure we're capable of getting this done in a couple hours. We're going to give it our best, because out here in front where we had to take the ground down, it gets to be a muddy mess, and it's a little muddy still now, but we can put some boards down to set the ladders on to be able to get it up there and get it in place if we can get it done before this monsoon hits. One of the first things that we're going to have to do before we start putting the plywood on here, this is going to be kind of a bird box right here. So if you'll see, when we built these beams, we left this end of the 2x4s just running kind of random. So what I'm going to do now is take the Sawzall and just kind of cut these off smooth. Well, Mr. John Stafford was nice enough to buy us a nice new rechargeable DeWalt Sawzall, and we forgot to get a battery for it. So I'm back to using Goliath today until we can get a battery for a nice new one. Not perfect, but I think that's going to get us in the ballpark. Well, how does it look on level? Are we going to be able to put a right triangle up there?
This is dang near perfect. This is like some carpenter grade A business going on.
Well, maybe that's the whole hang up. If we did call ourselves carpenters, we'd probably screw everything up.
Well, that all this goes just like this one did.
All right, I'll get you a measuring tape.
30 inches. Back out here with our quality paper. You know, at this point, it's kind of nostalgic. I feel like we should use all of our scraps and all of our recyclable materials instead of paper. Heck, why not?
Still here, flipping coins about what's to come. It starts getting cold, and we don't know anyway. Out of here, we're trying to understand how it all started to go wrong. But the sea is way too deep. Yeah, it's deeper than we could ever go, honey. We have to be together here in the stormy weather. So why do we hold on, stuck in the stormy weather? Stuck in the stormy weather.
So the next piece is gonna have the peak in it, and we could rip it straight down and make a center line, but we're just gonna keep going with the 4-foot sheets. I guess we're getting a little bit confident in our cutting skills. So we're gonna try and get this peak cut out of this 4-foot piece, and let's see if we can do it on the first try.
Confident in our cutting skills. I will agree with you. We are getting more confident, but I think that might be dangerous because we're standing on step ladders. One side of it on the concrete, the other side on mud, stacked up with 2x4s to try to level them out.
What's new?
Trying to eyeball some offsets.
But I do got safety shoes on. Do you have safety shoes on?
Safety Crocs. That's right.
You could see yourself just sitting there on my chair. I'm staring at you, you don't even notice. Should've told you straight away, you don't have to be afraid anymore. I know you haven't noticed.
Living far from town definitely has its pros and cons, but luckily we have Bright Cellars that ships right to our door. Bright Cellars ships wine straight to your door from all over the world. Jim and I are definitely not big drinkers, but we thought that we'd step out of our comfort zone in just in time for Valentine's Day. Bright Cellars has a quick 7-question quiz that determines what type of wine matches with you. This way you don't have to waste time at the store buying alcohol based off of just a label. Each box comes with wine education cards for each bottle that outlines taste notes, suggested pairings, best serving temps, and origins. I cannot wait to try this palette knife. There's no way that I would have ever got to experience this wine that came straight from France if it was not for Bright Cellars. They have a team ready to answer all your questions, and each box improve as you rate your wines. Thank you again, Bright Cellars, for offering our subscribers a limited time $50 off of their first 4-bottle box. Click the link in the description to get started, and thanks again, Bright Cellars, for sponsoring this week's video. Jim and Lad are just getting home, and Lad, is it raining? Is it raining? Well, good morning, Cajun family. We were hoping that some of that rain would miss us yesterday, but that sadly did not happen. It is literally soaked outside.
Whenever we got done putting up that sheeting yesterday, there was a few little sharp corners sticking down. So I took the router and zipped them off because we thought that the rain was about to hit. So Lydia grabbed those sheets of plywood, put them in the house so they didn't get wet, picked up all the tools. We got everything situated, and that normally doesn't happen for us because it normally floods on us about halfway through the project if it's gonna rain. We get done, only a few sprinkles, and we're like, man, we dodged the bullet on this one. We did not dodge the bullet.
But this morning there's so much sunshine outside, but it is just too wet. We cannot put our ladders out there in that mud. We're gonna sink.
Oh yeah.
And it's just not worth it. So we are gonna hit this inside project that we are really excited to tell you all about. But real quick, we wanted to say thank you to a few people.
We want to say a big thank you to Lynn Hitt for getting us this screwdriver set. It's a really cool set. It comes with all kinds of extra bits, a magnetic bowl. This thing is awesome. It's even got a little thing to where you can magnetize or demagnetize your screwdrivers. Mind blown.
Okay, that's cool. I did not
really
know that.
cool. Thank you so much, Lynn.
Jim has been dying to get this out, so finally we're able to give you a thank you, and he cannot wait to get this took apart and put in his toolbox. One of the next things is we really want to say thank you to whoever sent us our little silicone caulking tool, but we don't know who sent it. So if you sent this, please let us know and leave us a comment.
We appreciate these things so much, and we really want to be able to extend our thanks to you because it means a lot to us. And we've only gotten a few items that we didn't have a name attached to, but if you could, please reach out to us so we can properly thank you for that.
While Jim goes and gets the next items, we just want to say a big thank you to Steve and Michelle. Thank you all so much. We absolutely love our little rug here. The dogs fight over who gets to sleep on it at night. They love it, we love it. It is just the cutest little crawfish rug in the world. So thank y'all so much for sending us that, and along with this. Well, listen, we weren't gonna make our cabinets, but y'all just changed our minds completely. 100% making our cabinets now.
This is a super cool set of router bits. We can barely spell cabinet, much less build any. So this,
Hey,
whenever we get
give us
started,
some credit. We built this house.
we don't have a clue at this point, but we're gonna get started pretty quick on this cabinet building process. And just to be clear, we are not gonna make you suffer through all of it. We're just gonna let you hit the highlights because I'm sure it's gonna take us quite a while. This router bit set is going to be a game changer.
And before we get a bunch of comments on this, we did look into buying them, but Jim and I are both very tall people. Jim's 6'1", I'm 5'10", so we don't want just a standard cabinet height. We want them a little bit deeper and we want them taller. So we are gonna build them ourselves. So please don't give us any words of discouragement and encourage us to do this in a fantastic way. So I know in the past we showed y'all a few little clips of my parents' restaurant that's up in Springfield, Illinois, named La Piazza. Well, this month they are doing a Cajun pizza. I'm gonna put a picture on the screen so everybody who's hungry right now, your bellies are definitely gonna be growling at you. But if you are in the area, make sure to go check out their Cajun pizza this month, and y'all get a chance, make sure to go check them out.
Be sure and tell them we sent you back. Okay, now brings us to the time that we're gonna start our inside project for today. We wanna introduce you to two of our new fans. I can't say that they're our biggest fans, but they're two of our newest fans.
And they're gonna be two of our most hardworking fans.
And I would go as to say is they're gonna be our most popular fans.
Okay, let's just get
Come
it.
on.
And here you have them, folks.
Our two newest fans. Okay, so a couple things here. Please don't hate on our fans. We know they look tiny in here, but they have a really industrial type of look, and that's what we were looking for. And they have halo lights. It's another thing we was looking for. But the main thing is we looked at a lot of different style of fan, and we really didn't want the type that hang way down in the room off the cathedral, because the cathedral comes down like this, so you have to have enough clearance to have the blaze to be able to clear it.
And the way that we're gonna have our loft is gonna be open. We're gonna have glass up there. So we wanted to be able to see straight up there. We didn't want anything blocking our view. So we knew that we wanted something shorter. Just wanted something that was very flush mounted to the ceiling.
There's several different reasons why we chose to go this route. A couple of them is for the aesthetic look, and a couple of them is for a theory about air circulation. The way we're gonna eventually run our HVAC and the registers that's gonna dump the air in the room, the air circulation, and back to the returns with the CFM that these are supposed to put out, we're thinking that it's the right answer. So I don't know that for sure, I'm not a ceiling fan expert, but
Did choose, obviously 2 of them. We have 2 electrical wires that come down in the middle of our lights, and we're gonna I'll put the link for these in the description in case y'all wanted to check them out. We did get them off Amazon. I know, shocker, Uncle Amazon coming in clutch again. And whenever he was referring to the halo lights, all this white around here, this frosty looking, is gonna be able to light up. And they come with a remote, and they are, I believe, dimmable also. So we'll see how that looks. But they do have the clear, show y'all the back here. So the blade is clear. You can see it right there. And like Jim said, they're supposed to put a ridiculous amount of airflow out, so.
and it's one of those things, you know, you can read it, but until you experience it, you really just don't know. We're gonna get up here, we gotta trim some metal. We gotta do a lot of prep work to get these installed, but we've already installed the wall switch for these. There's a lot of things that's been done in prep for this, little stuff as we went along. So we're gonna try and get these things thrown into place.
We're gonna be using the Dremel today to cut the metal. So we're checking to see if we got a metal blade or not, and it's
Plastic.
not looking so good.
Plastic. Plastic. Here's a metal one, but it's a little thicker than I was hoping we had. I was hoping we had one of those big thin ones. Oh well. In order for our fans to sit flush with the ceiling, we got to cut this center rib out. So before we can mount the fans, the cage is roughly about 7 inches. So we're going to cut it 7 1/8. That way we have just a little bit of wiggle room that won't fit in there super tight. But we have to have a big enough opening to be able to set our box, so our ceiling fan mount will cover that up.
There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want. Playing games, no. There's no denying what we want. There's no denying what we want.
You know Mary Poppins, whenever they are doing the chimney sweep?
No idea.
Well, everybody who's seen Mary Poppins in the chimney sweep, look at this. Do your arm like this for me.
That'd probably be super funny if I've ever seen it. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I cannot believe. I know that we've told y'all that he ain't seen Mary Poppins, but we still ain't educated him yet. Listen to Muskrat Love with me, but you won't watch Mary Poppins?
Never seemed to catch my attention, you know. But the other point of your story there is the whole Muskrat Love thing. I don't know if you've ever heard that song.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite song.
Do yourself some justice and don't waste your time, please. That is awful.
Do not be ugly about my favorite song.
Muskrat shoes.
Oh, if that's your favorite song too, y'all best leave a comment because I think I'm the only person in the world. All right, y'all. Well, we're fixing to put these lights up and we're gonna get rid of 2 of the eyesore electrical wires that have been hanging down. Well, y'all, overall, we are so happy with the results of our lights. Well, lights, fan light, whatever you want to call it. I know one of the big things for Jim was that we didn't take any height away from the ceiling, and we did just that with these fans.
They turned out better than I would expect. They really do. We've said it many times. The end result for this house is we want it to be a modern type industrial look, and I think that these fans played right into that. So we personally love them, love how it came out, and these fans will blow the hair off your head. Not that I need much help. But drop down in the comments and let us know what you think. We're dying to hear what you think about it, good or bad. Don't matter to us. We just want to hear some feedback, see what your thoughts are.
And y'all hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see y'all Wednesday, Cajun family.